Today I learned Carrie Fisher delivered a cow tongue inside a Tiffany box to a predatory producer who had assaulted her friend. She said, "The next delivery will be something of yours in a much smaller box." Carrie Fisher once gave a Hollywood producer a cow's tongue after learning he had assaulted her friend. Heather Ross, who works in the film industry, told Fisher about how the unnamed producer sexually assaulted her in his car. Fisher reacted by personally delivering the cow tongue in a Tiffany box wrapped in a bow to his office in Los Angeles. Ross revealed the story on U.S. radio station 94.9 Mix in light of the recent Harvey Weinstein allegations. Ross spoke about how she contacted the producer, who is not Weinstein, to try and be a part of his new project. After meeting up, she says the producer forced himself on her in his car after making an excuse to pull over, then reached over and climbed on top of her. Ross told the radio show she managed to push the producer off her, but as she fled, he said, "You'll never make a movie in my town, and get the F out of my car." Carrie's no-nonsense message. When she told Fisher about what had happened, the late Star Wars actress took matters into her own hands. About 2 weeks later, she sent me a message online and said, "I just saw blank at Sony Studios. I knew he would probably be there, so I went to his office and personally delivered a Tiffany box wrapped with a white bow." Ross continued, "I asked her what was inside and she said, it was a cow tongue from Jerry's famous deli in Westwood with a note that said, 'If you ever touch my darling Heather or any other woman again, the next delivery will be something of yours in a much smaller box.'" Ross added that knowing the Star Wars actress at her back had left a lasting impression on her. "It felt validating to know, okay, first of all, this woman who I love as a friend was not just a fake Hollywood friend. That's who Carrie Fisher was. She spoke out and she put things out there in your face," she said. Fisher, best known for playing Princess Leia in the Star Wars films, died at the age of 60 in December.
Here's what the Redditors of TIL had to say about this.
Pamhead09 with the top comment says, "My favorite thing about Carrie Fisher is that she had a dog named Gary Fisher." Misanthroponatist replies, "I loved her Give No Fucks press tour for The Force Awakens, where she brought Gary everywhere." Pamhead09 also responds, "Yesterday I saw a piece about her on the news, and they said that now whenever Gary hears her voice on TV his ears perk up. It almost made me cry." Misanthroponatist adds, "There are few things more heartbreaking to me than when the body of any dog passes, because you can't explain this to the dog. They only know that the body isn't there. Hell, I saw how happy my dog was after my husband came home after a week away. I can't imagine how she'd feel if he never came home." Edit, wow. My inbox now knows the love of the Reddit hug. Thank you all for your stories. I'm glad we can all get together over the love of our best friends. For those of you with buddies, give them some love tonight. For those of you who miss your buddies, remember that they'll always be in your heart. Princess Peach 3S, with a double golded comment, "My grandpa had a healer for 17 years before he passed away over the summer. She, the healer, stopped eating and would do nothing but wait by the door all day when he initially went into the hospital. After Grandpa passed away, my dad and Grandma were really concerned about the dog. They decided to take her to see him at the viewing. They weren't really sure what it would accomplish, but she wasn't in good shape, so they figured it was worth a shot. When she saw him, she just sniffed his hand and licked it a couple times, stared at him for a couple minutes, and then left. Dad and Grandma were bawling, but the healer started eating again after that. They believed she understood he was gone and felt she got to say goodbye, which she did deserve. That man was the center of her universe her entire life. She's doing okay now. Dad and Grandma take great care of her." Deleted user says, "She was a second-generation Hollywood A-lister. She used her name weight to stand up for another friend and woman. What an absolute badass." Tokaho replies, "She also wasn't stupid. She knew that she was in Star Wars, a movie franchise that exploded into deadhead-level fan insanity. Hollywood could have blacklisted her, and all the trash, but 1,000,000,001 fans would have stood aside her because she is our princess. I always appreciated Carrie's huge balls. Puny Parker 826 also responds. To be honest, they could have blacklisted her and we just don't know. She was in Star Wars, Blues Brothers, When Harry Met Sally much later, and not much else. I guess the fact that she was a notorious script doctor and ghostwriter speaks to the idea that maybe she was simply typecasted instead. I hope that's the case. Riptide 81 tells. She also had a pretty long and well-documented battle with drugs and mental health issues throughout those years. Irk Belushi told her to take it easy at one point. Although, I suppose that's part of what made it easy for these predators to flourish. Hollywood is so full of vices that it's easy to smear someone's reputation using lies laced with truth. Nanto Suashokan says. Done Carrion.
Thanks for watching. Today I learned by the Reddit King. Please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications.